Hello guys, what's up? Thank you for tuning in. Today I wanted to update some charts and I thought that I record myself speaking about potential ideas, potential trades, and where's Bitcoin heading next? Maybe. And so as you maybe know, I am quite bearish on Bitcoin. At least after we take out this low, I remain bearish. Why? Because we are staking all these lows, taking highs, and price is clearly seeing some sort of exhaustion. And on the last video where I elaborated on Doge and gold, or maybe it comes after this video, we will see. But there I said that often you see some sort of reversal when you get structured moves up like here. And here we have like 1, 2, 3, 4, and maybe we get the 5th structured move. It would be valid if we will get it and then sell off, or maybe sell off here, come back later for a Model 2, maybe some test of the supply. Don't need to predict, but this would be the pre-planning, and this is what I have noticed. After these structured moves, we always get some source of exhaustion to the upside. Maybe we build some manipulation phase up here, or we sell off, come back for the Model 2, or we go for the 80k level, which is everybody watching, and then sell off. But overall I remain bearish here. And I saw some news I posted on X too, where here Trump posted that they had like an agreement or something and price pushed up, and right around here he said no, it's closed again, and price went down again. So I'm expecting for the upcoming week a push up, maybe take out all these highs here. This high is created on Friday PM. Yeah, so we have some weekend highs up here. We are already pushing up because we are coming down so slow. I would expect to come up, maybe put in the weekly high on Monday, Tuesday. So if you didn't know, there's like an 80% chance to set the pivot for the week on the first 2 days of the week. So on Monday, Tuesday, it's a very high chance to put in the weekly high or low, depends. But if I would guess, I would think we get a push up into Monday, Tuesday, and maybe sell off of the rest of the week. And after taking this high or this high, I would expect a rotation back down, or we create a new range up here with a kind of manipulation phase, because I'm really, so many people are posting the breakout of this trend line here. I've seen it so many times, so many people are looking at this, and this would be the ultimate trap to fill the shorts, the last positions after, and then sell off aggressively. So even here, this is not really a supply block. I put it there just to have it, but it isn't really significant for me. So we need some more acceptance back into the range to say this is a proper second tap of this range. It's still early, but it's nice that we're getting some sales coming down. Yeah, so this is my outlook for the upcoming week. Maybe a push up, put in the weekly high, sell off, or maybe create a new range up here that it's kind of a manipulation phase to then maybe create an own model up here, maybe get to the supply, maybe not. It does not have to go there. It's not a magnet, but it can. So this would be the outlook. Or we don't push up, just sell off, maybe come back, build some more liquidity, and then sell off again. So these are my potential scenarios, but I don't think this is a breakout to 100K. Simultaneously, and I really like this, USDT had this aggressive push down, and this is a very, very nice range in confluence with Bitcoin, and this second tap got way better acceptance back into the range. Therefore, I'm very confident this could be the second tap of this range, and the push down, maybe testing this demand, would mean that Bitcoin takes out like these weekend highs, and therefore this could be a very narrow Model 2. So something like this, we break and come back later, and this would be a very narrow Model 2 that goes over into a higher time frame Model 2, and then a push up to take out all these highs, this high, and for me personally, I think that we will get to 9.5494. But we will see, we don't need to predict, but at least come to here, and this would mean like the 60K level on Bitcoin, but I think that we will see a sub 60K Bitcoin in the near future. So this is very nice. This push up says to me that this really could be the second tap of this range. We had an aggressive move up here, kind of a demand chain coming up here, and then the aggressive move up, and I would think that this holds, but if not, we will take out these lows and even take out the second tap. Yeah, this is my outlook for Bitcoin and USDT. Looking at ETH, I'm looking at this potential distribution range. So this could be the third tap, but this range is valid on the daily, for example, and on a daily we have two candles coming up, no two candles coming down. So on a daily time frame, this could be tap 1, this could be tap 2. We come down, come up later, maybe mitigate this, and then go down. So what is this? This is a monthly breaker block. So it's this little friend here. And I don't usually use breaker blocks, but this one was so obvious. And it's right around the third or the second tap. And it's between this supply and this range. So what happens, that this is a level which some retailer are looking. So maybe they look at this from a breakout perspective or from a rejection perspective. And what happens is that these levels often get front ran from these breaker blocks, for example. So I have it on my chart, and if we get a reaction from it, I will short it. But for this to happen, I would like to get some more acceptance. Or well, I want to see something more convincing that this is actually the second tap. What is happening? Okay. So, because right here we don't really have a second tap POI, because we have so much liquidity here, and on the last move we have this supply which we can look at, but if this doesn't hold, we will take out all these highs. So basically you can have it here. Look, what happens, but yeah, we will see. We don't have to predict. If we get the confirmations, this could be a model 1 that goes over into a model 2, or this is a second tap of a higher time frame model, and then we will see if we got a model 1 or 2. It depends what happens with Bitcoin, and there's sometimes an SMT going on between Bitcoin and ETH. So maybe Bitcoin takes out the high once more and ETH builds some SMT here. Yeah, we will see. On Doge, really, I don't really have much right now. I was looking at this range, like elaborated on the trade recap of this week. And I would say that I would expect a rotation back down. Maybe we get a new range here, but this is not even confirmed. So yeah, or maybe this pushes up higher, because usually the first move out of the compression is the fake move, and here we got the massive compression going on. We broke to the upside, so this can go higher. We rejected right around this supply, and maybe we get a new range creation, or we just sell off and go down with Bitcoin and the other main crypto trading pairs. Yeah, so looking at XRP, I was looking at this potential range. It still can form. We rejected from this supply up here, and now multiple scenarios can happen. We can just go down and not confirm anything, or preferably, obviously, we get a distribution here, but this needs some more time, and I don't know how much time we have with Bitcoin potentially distributing right around here. So we will see if something like this plays out. But you can see we get a range low, we get a range high, and in between, this is all sideways price action. And even here we got the massive compression going on. Where we have these main highs sticking up. Well, taking it here, but we have the main lows. And we have like this internal liquidity building up. So we will see what happens. I would expect a rotation back down, how this range is forming. And maybe we get to this level. And here I would look at maybe some spot positions, or preferably I see a nice leverage entry. So yeah, but here this liquidity buildup is nasty. So we can see all these highs, and if we get to there and then come down, these is so many highs that's stacking up. I'm very confident that XRP could go to sub or above $3.60, but this is talking way too in advance. Yeah. Lastly, I would like to talk about Solana. So we have a potential model here on Solana, where we had a model 2 distribution, and it's going up again in the same manner like this. So I'm very, very bearish on Solana, and I only want to show something. We had a massive Model 1 distribution, which got here TP hit around, well, I did not trade that, but we took out the range low, went up, went for the extreme supply, rejected from it, and since then we are coming so aggressively. So if you compare it with XRP, you can see that this is not a real liquidity builder. We have some main highs, but it's a very aggressive move down after every move up. And I would expect that, well, Solana could actually go down here, maybe right about $50 or deeper. But more locally speaking, we are rejecting currently, well, we have a supply here with a more refined supply right around here, where it rejected from perfectly, and now we had some sort of a 2-tap up here, which is normal for a manipulation phase. So an aggressive move up, 2-tap coming down. Now we are coming up aggressively. This looks very ugly, and you can tell just how price behaves here, that the order book is very thin and that you can manipulate price heavily. So look at these candles, these wicks. You can tell that these are all liquidity grabs to all the sides. So if this moves up aggressively, it would not hinder me to not short at this point of interest. But if you look on the lower time frame, you can see, yeah, we have some demand down here. But if you get an entry up here, you will be chilling down here if there's any reaction from here. But you can expect a faster move up with all this liquidity coming down. So what happens is we get a trigger, we move up fast, not because buyers are stepping in, because this is liquidity is getting taken. And if we get the confirmation, I will short around here. If we don't get it, there will be no short. That's the easy part. So yes, and if we get it, I will leave a runner. So I enter here and TP1 and maybe TP2 right around these lows here, and maybe even let a little bit run for deeper for this main low here, but we will see. But this is a massive distribution phase, as you can see, and I think it was on the monthly or on the 6 months I have posted about candle bar formations and how they look and how powerful they can be. And as you can see, we're taking highs, leaving lows, went down, tested the extreme supply. So this is a model 1 goes over into model 2 or an extended model 1, went down, and it would not be a surprise if we see Solana around $30. Yeah, thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Focus on the next week. There are lots of opportunity coming up with Bitcoin and the other pairs. Stay sharp and be grateful. See ya.